Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Firefly. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 2 of season 1 of the only season of Firefly. I feel like that's a low blow. I apologize. But I think it fits with what's going on in my life that I have to use my phone to record because I am I have a pool of cameras that are at my feet right now that have been glitching and messing up. And so you know what? Fox was inconsistent with Firefly, so here I am being inconsistent with the way everything looks. But you know, elephant in the room. Just wanted to address that right away. Now, Firefly. The first episode being introduced to everybody, I think the only person that I kind of was just kind of like, you know, I just really don't know about is Jane. And I feel like every time I feel that way about a character, I end up really liking them at some point. Like if they start out with a stupid hat, I'm probably going to like them at some point. But right off the bat, like, you know, like I love Wash. Alan Tudyk can do no wrong in my life. He's just wonderful. I love him and Zoe and the chemistry that they have, and like how they are very much like a married couple who still find spice. I love that. I like Mal, but I would say with him is that like you can see that there's so much conflict because he used to be kind of this man of faith. He was wearing a cross in the beginning of the last episode, and when you know like he was kind of successful in his mission, but overall mission had failed and the Alliance had won. He seemed to have lost his faith. And it's really interesting that he is on the ship with a shepherd, with a preacher, with Book, that will probably challenge that a little bit. And I think that Book is also going to be challenged as a man of faith of, you know, kind of like, I need to save this man's life when he wants to save the Fed that's on board that, you know, is going after Simon and River. And you kind of see him almost confessing to Inara, like, I, you know, said that I was going to save this man's life, and then Mal killed him, and I don't even know if it was wrong. And I like that he has that conflict within him because, like, not that it's okay to kill anybody, but sometimes it's the right thing for the grand scheme of things. And I hate that because I'm definitely a person who does not like seeing people killed just willy-nilly. But I wasn't upset about it. You know, Mal stomped on board like a boss, shot him, got rid of him. It was just easy does it, you know. I liked that. And I really kind of expected Jane to be the guy that was going to take him out. But I really, the thing that I think I like most about Mal is that he's a good man. He's got a good heart, but you can't mistake that for a weakness. You know, he very much, you know, tells Jane when he's being inappropriate to Kaylee at dinner, and kind of almost sends him away with his dinner, like, get the hell out of here. And, you know, punches Simon in the face when Simon says, you know, like, oh, you kind of strike me as somebody who would work with the Alliance. You know, you seem like the type. And then later on even tell Simon, like, you know, yeah, you can stay on board. You're a doctor, you're a surgeon. We need that. You know, you can stay on board till you find something better. And Simon's like, how do I know you're not going to kill me in my sleep? And Mal, very much in earnest, like, even though he's being accused of being sentimental, he's just like, you will be awake. It will be to your face and you will have a weapon. I admire that about him because as kind as he is, he's also not a pushover. And he's establishing the fact that he is in charge. And I really like that about him right off the bat. We know that he's a badass. But also that he is like I said, like a guy that's conflicted not only with Faith, but with Inara on the ship, who is this, I almost said woman of the night. What am I, 80? But she's a companion. A companion? Is that right? But she makes an honest living. She works really hard. But I have this feeling that her and Mal have a history. Obviously, I think that we're led to believe that. It's very conflicting. I don't know if it was love. I don't know if there was a promise that was made. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure we're going to get into that. But then when I see her talking to Book at the end of the episode, I'm like, she's also kind of like a counselor, or like somebody that like is almost like the mother of the ship. Like you can, like, almost to Kaylee for sure. Definitely mothers Kaylee, but like that you can kind of come to her for advice. And I really like that. Now, Kaylee, I look, I don't like people that are overly chipper and overly happy and overly sweet. And I was very taken with her from the get-go. I was like, she's going to be annoying. And then I was like, she's actually really cute. She's actually really sweet. And then when she got shot, I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm big sissing her. Like she will be protected by me, like through the TV. Obviously, I can't do that, but like to me, like there's no messing with Kaylee. Like she is no. And like the way Jane was like speaking to her, but then like was kind of hanging out outside of like her I guess it's the medical room, hospital room, whatever we want to call it, the infirmary. Like he kind of feels the same way. Like he teases her, and I don't like particularly the way he teases her, but he does tease her like a sister, but also probably cares about her like a sister, which is admirable for Jane. But also we're protecting Kaylee at all costs. Okay. Now Zoe, she served with Mal. I don't know if that was like a rebellion that they were in on necessarily against the Alliance, but like I said, I like her and Wash's relationship, but I really like her and Mal's relationship. It is very much like Captain and Number One, and they have like a great back and forth, and she really respects him as a leader, and she's really good at kind of holding her own at the same time. Really like her. Now, I will say the most memorable part from her, besides getting shot, and I didn't realize she was wearing armor, was when she's describing the Reavers. And between her describing the Reavers and Simon describing River, there was just like, those were like two pivotal moments in the last episode that really stuck with me. And, I don't know if we see the Reavers anymore throughout the season, but yeah. She sold me on the fact that we don't want to run in with them. We don't want them boarding our ship. We don't want them landing. And I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at with Inara in that moment, but I mean, obviously it was like some form of a poison to kill herself so she wouldn't have to go through everything. But I would imagine that the Reavers, knowing what she does, would probably make it way worse on her. And then of course, like Simon describing River and like how he is like this, really smart guy at a really young age. He's a trauma surgeon, and like he is smart, he is gifted, and River is like a prodigy. And we didn't get to see anything from River besides her screaming out of a box and then like looking like she's cold and sick for the entire episode. But I'm sure we're going to see more of what like River is, what she beholds, like what makes her so special. And why the Alliance was coming after Simon and why they want her back so badly. And one of the things that I didn't think I was going to like, because I'm not really a big fan of like Westerns, but it's like a Western in space, which like a lot of space shows are like that. Obviously, they're just a little bit more high tech, which is what I like about sci-fi. But this one very much feels like a Western in space. It's very on the nose with like the broken down ship and like how it's kind of haphazard. I believe the ship is Serenity, which I don't know if that has something to do with the at the beginning of the episode when they talked about Serenity Valley. I don't know if they named the ship after Serenity Valley. But like everything just kind of seems a little gritty, I don't want to say dirty, but it does seem a little dirty. Like it's definitely got some grit. It's got some rust, it could use a good spit shine. But I like that for this. And especially with like the Western kind of music that plays in the beginning. And then every time they fire up the engines, we get that little guitar like strum. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And thank you for everyone letting me know the reason why they keep speaking Chinese. Not only is it like a mishmash of cultures, which I absolutely love. I love that about shows in the future, is that like, even though you might have different species or different cultures, there's generally a mix, which I'm a big fan of. But also so they can swear on the network and not get caught with the censors. Very smart. Smart writing. And I think it's Mandarin. It's not actually Chinese. So whoever did the captions put Chinese, but I'm pretty sure someone in the comments said Mandarin, which, get it right, network. Good grief. And now we're dodging the alliance with felons on board. That's going to go well. So I'm looking forward to watching some of these relationships play out and kind of how they play off of each other. And I really like that you have like two characters that are having like a crisis of faith, and you have like two characters in Kaylee and Simon who are kind of young for their age and really good at what they do. And then you have this anomaly that is River. And then, you know, obviously the relationships, you know, like Wash and Zoe and Malin and Ara. Again, I'm not a big fan of like love stories developing, but you know, like if there's conflict and something fun to watch, and I'm pretty sure Nathan Fillion is entertaining while doing it, I'm game. Okay, guys, let's get into it. I also heard that this was the pilot that actually aired on Fox because they put everything out of order. So that first episode was the last episode, which makes no sense. They really screwed this show over. See, mishmash of culture. You have belly dancing and a geisha.
This is an auspicious day.
Okay.
We all know what day it is. Unification Day! The end of the scumbag independence, the dawn of a new galaxy.
Oh, he drank the Kool-Aid, eh?
Captain?
Oh, you just breathe, buddy.
Feel the need for another drink.
I bet, but like try to like not fight somebody.
The Alliance sent the brown coats running, pissing their pants.
Yeah, he's wearing a brown coat.
You know, your coat is kind of a brownish color.
Mm-hmm.
It was on sale.
I'm thinking you want him independence.
And I'm thinking you weren't burdened with an overabundance of schooling. So why don't we just ignore each other till we go away?
Now what are you gonna do about it?
Punch you in the face.
Nothing. I just want you to face me so she could get behind you.
Oh! Zoe!
Dogs are so cute.
Aren't they? I hate them. Run.
Oh. Judge and sugar, quite a lot of ginger.
That is a long swear word, and I agree.
Let's do this.
Yes. Electric windows! I'm not upset about it.
Wash, we got some local color happening. Grand entrance would not go amiss.
Of course, Zoe holding her own. Oh, I love it. Loving Zoe. Oh my god.
That's just an acre, you fellas, isn't there?
Please tell me the ship
Why we
comes up
lost
right
you.
there.
I'm thinking we'll rise again.
Sup, Wash?
Go back inside, or we will blow a new crater in this little moon.
That was my boyfriend talking. Her husband, but my boyfriend. And that is going to be my ex-husband someday.
Ladies and men folk, we have ourselves a job.
Take us out of the world, Wash.
Got us some crime to be done.
Crime? Okay. I thought they were going to go scavenge something. Look, I get why people love this show. These people are just wonderful. I love them.
Take my land, take me where I cannot stand. Since I found serenity,
Serenity.
can't take the sky from me.
Trying to listen to those lyrics this time around. Like it. Yeah, what's up with River?
River?
Holy crap.
River, it's okay.
She probably shouldn't be in like a hospital setting.
Were you dreaming?
Yeah, a little bit. Nightmare.
Did you dream about the academy?
It's not relevant.
How is it not relevant?
Standard Radion Accelerator Core Class Code 03-K64. Firefly.
Oh, that's something.
Uh-huh.
Never hit a man with a closed fist, but it is on occasion hilarious.
I suppose so.
Mal.
Okay.
Bad.
Good.
In the Latin.
What does that mean?
How's the girl?
Still a little whimsical in the brain pan. Seems calm enough, though.
Whimsical in the brain pan.
That young man's very brave.
Yeah. He's my hero.
Give up everything to free his sister from that place.
Shouldn't you be off bringing religiosity to the fuzzy wuzzies or some such?
Oh, I got heathens aplenty right here.
Yep.
You're welcome on my boat. God ain't. What the hell's that girl?
See, it seems like Inara is like a therapist. Like she just like makes everyone feel good in a different way.
There's an energy about a person that's difficult to hide.
Agreed.
You try to feel that.
And then you try to feel the energy of their credit account. It has a sort of aura.
What did I say to you about barging into my shuttle?
I had to rewire the grav thrust because somebody won't replace that crappy compression coil.
Well, get the place squared away.
I
We work before we play.
I absolutely love when they speak Chinese now because I know what's going on.
This job wouldn't be on a decently civilized planet where I could screen some respectable clients, perhaps.
Respectable clients, that seems a contradiction.
Don't start.
This guy has a very unlovely rep. He's got work for me? Fine. I'm not sure he'd be safe.
Yeah.
Mal, if you're being a gentleman, I may die of shock.
Have you got time to do my hair?
Out.
Oh, hi.
He's fine. Crawl. They can come in.
Jesus. His face was like right there.
You have seen Crow. He loves to stand at the door to say boo.
And he
I
did.
got word you might have a job for us.
A train.
A train.
Has something I need. Are you going to ask me what it is I need?
As a rule, no.
I also have a reputation not so pleasant, I think you know.
I get that vibe.
Now for you, my reputation is not from gossip.
Yeah, I don't like him. Keep Inara away from him.
Oh, no, I'm sure he was a very bad person.
My wife's nephew. At dinner I'm getting earful. There is no way out of that. So,
Jesus.
the train job.
Yeah, the train job. Let's hear it.
Anything goes wrong, then your reputation only gossip, and things between us not so solid.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want them to take the job because this guy is a creep.
I just have an image in my head of a guy hanging from a ceiling.
I got an image of it not being me. Let's do the thing.
Get the job done, dear God. Because I don't think they want one more person after them. Hey, guys. Sup?
Hi.
Oof. The commercial breaks that happen in here are very sudden.
How long have you known him?
I've been on the ship 8 months now. I'm not certain I'll ever actually know the captain.
It's fair.
You could always pray they'd make it back safely.
I don't think the captain would much like me praying for him.
Don't tell him.
Praying isn't for other people. Hi, guys. Can we walk through?
Only now we do it under the noses of 20 trained Alliance vets. And that makes them look all manner of stupid. Hell, this job I would pull for free.
And can I have your share?
No.
If you die, can I have your share?
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like whenever the Alliance is involved, that's just the cherry on top for Mel. So he's more than happy to have them involved somehow, some way, make them look stupid.
What are we doing?
Oh, crime.
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 Good.
Yeah.
We've done this before.
Hell no. But I think it's gonna work. The captain and the Tian side when it comes to plans.
She's so optimistic.
You just played figuring what's wrong with that moon-brain sister of yours till we call for you. Dongma?
Jeez. Jane is so harsh.
Yeah, well, we could all be rich if we handed her back.
Stop it.
Captain's got a move he ain't made yet. You'll see. Time for some thrilling heroics.
It's a stupid hat. Ain't one person had a good hat yet.
Shiny.
Shiny. Somebody left that comment. Just said shiny. I don't know what that means.
Find the cargo.
All hail the Great Alliance.
I don't know what that cargo was. I haven't had nearly enough of Wash. I need more Wash. There he is. Hey, buddy. Ugh. Is he in the wrong car? Nope. Good job, buddy. It's going too smoothly. Ah! Ah! Oh, God. Did anyone get shot in that? I feel like Jane got shot, which is interesting because he was just really mean and rude to the doctor.
God, I shot my goddamn leg.
Ah, yeah, you need yourself a surgeon.
Well, Chief, can someone find out what they took?
The medicine, sir. All of the supplies.
All of it?
Every ounce.
Damn it. It's like one of those times it's better not to know what it is you're stealing.
Son of a bitch.
Yep. These alliance outfits are so stupid. Reminds me of Spaceballs.
We don't make the sail until Mal and Zoe are back on the boat.
These are stone killers, little man. They ain't cuddly like me.
I'm not flying anywhere without my wife.
Cuddly like
She'll
me.
be okay.
I figured we're good for
Stop. You'll never stop. 2 by 2. Hands of blue. 2 by 2. Hands of blue.
How's about you shut that crazy mouth? Is that a fun game?
Easy, Jane.
This Adlai Niska you're talking about?
E.
Now, how would a shepherd know a name like that?
Yeah.
As I've heard it, if Niska finds out he's being held and may speak as to who hired him, I think we're better off being a little late.
Yeah. Thank you, Shepard. Yeah. Maybe better just to give him the medicine.
I love you.
Sir?
Because you're my wife.
Sir. Honey.
How come there's so many sick here?
See, he's a good man.
Every planet that's been terraformed for human life has its own little quirks.
Turns out the air down underground mixed up with the ore processors. Perfect recipe for Bowden's. Everybody gets it.
But it's treatable.
Well, there's medicine. But our shipment got stole right off the train you was riding in.
Get them the medicine back, Mal.
It's funny, your uncle never went to mentioning the Bowden's problem. Or that Joey Bloggs ate his own gun about 8 months back.
Did he?
Yep.
Oh.
So, would his job be open?
Dark.
You know what the chain of command is? It's a chain I go get and beat you with till you understand who's in rut and command here. Now, we're finishing this deal. You can't change that by getting all bendy.
Bendy?
Oh, what? Got the... Keep you...
What'd you do,
up.
Simon?
Little angels.
Thank
Did he
you,
just
Simon.
go crazy and fall asleep?
A little bit.
Hold him to sit down.
You don't, Tim.
Good job, Simon.
We can't just waltz in and pull him out.
Someone respectable enough might be able to.
Missed the book. Shepherd book. Oh, I didn't think it would be her.
What the hell?
Don't you dare speak to me. Sheriff, I want this man bound by law at once. Malcolm's my indentured man, with 3 years left in his debt. I imagine we'll have to add another 6 months after this little adventure.
Yeah, you kind of draw some eyes.
His story had kind of an odor to it.
Yes. It's not the only thing about him that does.
That's a hell of a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Her files were all in order?
I ran him twice.
She's literally the only person on that ship that's like legitimate. Like,
How'd it go?
She hit me.
Poor Jane.
We're bringing the cargo back.
What? What do you mean?
Good,
back?
good.
I'm waiting for you guys.
You already risked enough flying in there once, and I don't want to get slapped around no more. As far as Niska goes, we'll just have to explain to him the job went south when we return the money.
You want to explain, now's your chance.
Shit. Crow Big Scary. And Jane is out of it. Shit.
Is that right?
Ah! Oh! Yeah, Kaylee, like, you don't need to get shot again. Good grief. It's really interesting, also the Western aspect, that it's all guns and not like laser blasters or something. Oh! That's a big man. He can take a punch.
Nice shot.
Thanks, Jane.
I was aiming for his head.
Didn't expect to find you coming back.
Didn't expect to be coming.
They felt bad. It's okay. Bygones?
A man can get a job. He might not look too close at what that job is. But a man learns all the details of a situation like ours. Then he has a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe he does.
No? Told you he's a good man. But he really believes he didn't have a choice after he learned all that information. I love that.
Now, this is all the money Niska gave us in advance. You bring it back to him, tell him the job didn't work out. We're not thieves. Well, we are thieves. The point is, we're not taking what's his.
It doesn't matter where you go or how far you fly. I will hunt you down, and the last thing you see will be my blade.
Darn.
Now, this is all the money Niska gave us in advance.
Good. Let's think for everyone. I'm right there with you.
Oh, that's delightful. I mean, dark, but delightful.
I have had plenty worse. It's just ow! Just be careful. How's your sister?
The same. I mean, I still don't know what the government was trying to do with her.
Yeah.
So I have no
2 by 2 hands of blue. What does that mean?
Sorry to keep you waiting. There's always one crisis.
We're not interested.
We're here about a theft.
The medicine.
We're looking for a girl. This girl.
Yeah. Okay, so I really like Mal. I really like Mal and Zoe. I mean, I mildly in love with Zoe, but I would say, like, I like them as a team. They work very well together. I like how they can play off of each other, but I love how Inara plays off the captain. Very much so. Like, she's almost an essential part of the crew. And it was nice to see her have, like, some moments with, like, Kaylee. It was like what I was saying, like, she's kind of like the mother of the ship a little bit. Like, she, like, you could tell is caring and nurturing by nature. Very interesting that she chose this course of a job, but I mean, hell, if I looked like her, I would too. And then, you know, her and Book always seemingly having conversations where she's helping him kind of deal with being here and I don't want to say the decision to stay on the ship, but he's like, I don't know what part I have in this crew. I think he's going to be kind of like one of those essential people that I don't want to say that Mal's going to come to him for advice, but I feel like he's definitely there. He's definitely that person that will be the person they come to for advice. And I'm waiting for the moment where he says something fairly profound. Like I really thought when he said somebody respectable going into town, that'd be him because he's a preacher, he goes in with the outfit and they'd be like, oh yeah, we could trust that guy. I didn't think that it would be the companion. And yeah, I mean, she got everybody's attention for sure. Like she's noticeable, different. Everybody was very dirty and sick, and she walks in all fancy and clean and poised and coiffed and and legit. Like she's very legit. Like all of her orders, all of her paperwork was in order. It seems like she's the only person that is actually legit. Now, I feel like that's going to be a problem if these guys at the end here that are looking for River. If they go in and they investigate in Paradiso, that, they're going to talk to the sheriff, and the sheriff's going to say like, oh, well, we ran this person's, background or whatever. I think that might be an actual issue. Now, I definitely, I'm still on the fence with Jane and how I feel about him because, he's entertaining and he's loyal. And I think that those two things are fantastic. The fact that he just was really pushing to leave Zoe and Mal behind and to go get the payment and get the job done. Honestly, I mean, he didn't know what was in the containers, or at least I don't think he knew what was in containers. I don't think that any of them knew that it was medicine. I definitely think that might have just been Mal and Zoe that knew that. But had he gotten his way, they would have received payment and those people would have died because they wouldn't have gotten their medicine. And I mean, honestly, Wash isn't going to leave his wife behind, and Kaylee isn't going to let them leave them behind either. I don't think anybody was okay with leaving anyone behind necessarily, but Jane was very much we have a job that we have to get done. It doesn't matter if it's the captain or not. And I definitely agree. I think that where there's some times when I don't know when one book is important, but him kind of saying I think it's okay to be late because if the captain doesn't show up and deliver the cargo, gossip, right? And that guy was a creep. I already forget his name, but creep. Ew. Gross. Not only he just kind of reminded me of one of those German doctors that does experiments on people from those old horror movies. It was thoroughly creepy. Great job. Felt like a horror movie scene. At some point we were gonna see blood and guts ripped out of that guy that was hanging upside down. I don't know if that's going to come back. I know that Crow meeting his end in the engine. But I feel because it's only one season, I don't know if we'll revisit that or not, or if we'll just kind of get these adventures along the way. Because so far, it's already a delightful show. I'm already laughing. I love the humor. I love how Nathan Fillion delivers the humor. It's so dry. And then there's sometimes where it's just kind of silly and goofy. I thoroughly enjoy it. Now, like I said, Wash is definitely my boyfriend. Mal is definitely my future ex-husband. And Kaylee, my sis. Anara is my lady, and Zoe is just my bitch, man. I love her. Her handling herself in all of the fights that she's had, but she's smart as a whip but very dutiful to her captain. There's just something that's just so great about her, and I love her as a character. I can't wait to get more of her. And I'm savoring the flavor because I know it's one season. I'm not gonna get as much as I want, so the things that I do get, I'm gonna hold on to. Especially with Kaylee, of course she's smitten with the doctor. Who wouldn't be? Simon is very attractive. But, even when Jane is kind of just being a dick to him, she's just be nice. And, she's just that person, likes to be nice to people. And she is just innately nice. I like that about her, even with somebody who's kind of rotten like Jane. I just still don't know what to think about him. But I knew as soon as like the whole firefight happened, I was like, I think Jane just got hit and he's gonna need himself a doctor. And like, how smart is Simon to drug him to like make sure that Jane could not go and deliver the cargo and try to receive payment? Is very smart. Actually, as soon as he said something about like Bendy, I was like, oh, he's drugged. I think there's some stuff that's a little predictable, and then there's other stuff that isn't. Like kicking Crow into the engine. Couldn't have told you that was coming. Now, it really does seem like anytime Mel can be involved in the anything with the Alliance and making them look stupid or, getting into a fight over something, I'm now understanding browncoats, who they are. Browncoats is who we're rooting for, and not the Alliance, which, by the way, like browncoats are very Western, but the Alliance and like their outfits, like I expected Dark Helmet to like walk through a door at some point and, President Scroob, like, like their outfits are stupid. I hate their hats. Oh my God. But you know what? If you're going to make fun of somebody, it might as well be the Alliance because they seem awful. So now, I guess we are going to try to find more crime to do to get paid so we can get the ship fixed, we can pay some bills, we can get some food on the table. But I didn't expect a train heist in episode 2. I did not think, I didn't expect a train heist at all. I'm not mad about it. It's very Western. And like I said, like they shoot guns, they don't shoot lasers, like they don't have like stunners, they don't have phasers. It's just like with their outfits and with the guns and a train heist. Western. But I'm digging it. Except everything looks really dry and really dusty. And I live in the desert. So I'm like, yeah, can we go somewhere where it's like tropical? Or like there's some trees, like a lake, like maybe you guys could go swimming. Like that seems refreshing. I don't know if these places exist. I do love that they kind of mention about the terraforming and how like coming to these planets kind of has like health effects for people with the Bowens, or I think that's what it was called. I'm happy that they touch on that because that's something that, especially after watching The Expanse, especially that like people that weren't even down in the mines were being infected by this sickness, which it's nice that there's a medicine for it. But it seems like if they don't get it, very bad things happening. And I really love how, the sheriff is like, well, a guy's got a choice. And when Mal says, no, you don't, I was just like, you don't? And I just like realized what he was saying is that there was no choice. It was to do the right thing. That's just what he was going to do. And if that doesn't show his character time and time again, that he is a good man. Now, it's really interesting that River said that he was bad, but then she said something in Latin. So maybe I should look up what bad in Latin means. But she seems like she doesn't trust Mal. And then she kept saying 2 by 2, something about blue hands. I'm going to be looking for that in the future, I think. And the fact that like she's having like these nightmares about being held by the government and at the academy, and like it seems like they were doing tests on her, and obviously now they're searching for her. So what makes her so important? Even her own brother doesn't know. Like he wants to know like what happened while she was at academy, and she's like, it's not relevant. It's like, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Can we please know what happened at the academy? And the fact that he's like, there's sometimes where she's completely lucid and fine, and then there's other times where she's, and I don't really like that they kept saying like, almost like she's spacey, or that like there's something wrong with her. It's like, it's not that there's something wrong. It's almost like when you see somebody who is like heavily autistic, like there's something special about them for sure. And like, there's a reason why they're going through those motions, and they're thinking about the things that they are, and then the depth that they are, and the way that they're thinking it. And you just have to kind of be patient for it to play out. And that's kind of how I was seeing River a little bit. So obviously River is probably like, I don't want to say the main focus of the show, but I think that like she's like the secondary story that's probably going to end up being a little bit more prominent. But I think like the the story that we're getting for the most part is Mal and the Alliance, Browncoats, that he's still an independent. I really liked that we got like kind of like now I was so I don't know if Xander told me that the pilot episode that I watched, Serenity, was actually the very last episode that everyone got to watch when everything originally aired, and that this episode was considered the pilot because Fox wanted a new pilot or something. So they kind of gave you a little bit of a synopsis at the beginning. I appreciate that. I really do, because like we didn't really have one at the beginning, and like you could kind of just like figure things out as you go, but you know, a little exposition never hurt anybody. Yeah, and it's really interesting to see Mal and Inara's relationship in this. I still don't understand what's going on there. Apparently he barged into her ship, her shuttle at some point. Then that she doesn't know him really all that well. That they've only been like, she's only been on Serenity for 8 months, and she's like, that's not enough time to know the captain. So I really like to know what the hell that's about. Because he even said something about like, oh, you're servicing the crew now. And she's just like, no. So like, that's not it. I am so curious about that. Yeah. So obviously the next episode is figuring out why they're after River, what happened at the academy, what makes her so important, why this, 86 million mile journey that these feds had to talk to the Alliance people, like what they're obviously going to be after River, and we're obviously going to be on the run, but we have to make some money. So looking forward to kind of seeing that play out. But guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, as well as the full-length reaction to the previous episode and all the future episodes, and up to 1 episode early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But I'm so intrigued about how people received this show when it aired. Was everyone confused at this episode being the first one? Because it gave you a nice little bundle at the very beginning of information, but then like the whole beginning like credit thing is of the first episode that I watched. So it's just like, you had to wait till the very end to see this episode. Like, it had to be so confusing, because I guess it ran during baseball playoffs. It ran against Friends, and it was like in the death slot or something for TV, which is a shame, because this is a really good show. Like, not that I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to seeing the movie, but like, I know that like after the season aired and they made the movie and the movie aired, that like there had to be like this outcry, and they had to have known that they made a mistake. I'm like really like excited to see this movie, because definitely I think Fox knew they blew it. So but yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this show, and it's so funny because I don't like Westerns, yet here I am loving a Western that sometimes takes place in space. Okay, guys, I'll see ya.